Welcome back to World. I'm Charlene, and today we're traveling to Latvia's fourth largest city, Jelgava. Back in April, Crispin and I actually did a Baltic trip. So we went to Estonia, Latvia, and Lithuania, and I saw so many amazing sights. To be honest, it was my first ever time in Europe, and I was blown away by how beautiful everything was. It's my job on the channel to show you all the vlog highlights and share a bit of history about the region of what I learned. I hope you enjoy. Hello from Jelgava. So currently we're sitting in the Jelgava Tower. Tried to do a day trip. Crispin just picked a random town and let's go in Latvia.
Yeah, so I mean Riga is a beautiful place, but I wanted to get a sense of what the traditional areas of Latvia is like.
Yep.
We did a fantastic, in fact, exceeded all expectations trip to Sigulda. So given that the weather today was going to be absolutely perfect.
Double digits, man. I'm so happy.
This is not because I'm indoors. This is what I've been wearing all day. And we threw a dart at the map and ended up in Jelgava, which is only an hour out of Riga, so
and it's
quite close.
Gorgeous. Like there's lakes, rivers, churches. Yeah.
The buildings are also extremely well maintained. It looks like a lot of pre-war era construction.
Yeah.
Gorgeous panoramas.
For sure.
And everyone we've met has been pretty nice so far.
Yeah. But the reason I guess we chose this place is because we saw a palace, right?
Yes, and it is a stunning building.
So a bit of history about the Jelgava Palace. It's a stunning Baroque-style palace built in 1738 and finished in 1762, designed by the Russian court architect Bartolomeo Rastrelli. The palace has 674 windows, 615 doors, 669 rooms, and 25 chimneys on the roof. It was initially built to be the home of the Duke of Courland and the semi-Gallian Ernst John van Buren, but after falling from power in 1740, regaining power into 1762, and then running out of money, he actually only stayed there for 6 months from 1772. So that is 34 years later from the start of construction. In 1795, the palace was home to French royalty escaping the French Revolution. Louis XVIII of France and his family lived there from 1798 to 1800. And even 2 royal families got married. Another fun fact, given its 14 chimneys, there are many fires in the palace. In 1788, a fire broke out destroying half of the central building, followed by 1915 after the Napoleonic Wars destroying the northern parts of the building. The palace experienced the most damage, of course, in 1919 and 1944, during the Soviet occupation and World War II, due to the shelling and street fighting happening at that time. Luckily, the beauty of the palace's exterior has been restored by the Latvian government to preserve the history and facade as much as possible. Surrounding the palace, you can enjoy the park, which has canals and bridges shaded by century-old trees to enjoy. Okay, back to the vlog.
I have a questionnaire for you.
Yeah.
What do you think the building is used for today? No Googling, you have to go in blind like we did. What we're going to do, we're going to give you your options for what you think this building is used for. It's one word only, the closest word.
Yeah.
You can leave your guess in the comments below. No cheating, no Googling, and no editing after the fact, okay? So here we go. Option A, it's still a palace. Right? There is a royal family that uses it as their summer location in this gorgeous regional area of Jelgava. B, it's a hotel. I mean, what an exotic location to have a 5-star resort. Absolutely stunning. You know, there's over 600
views.
Rooms. Yeah.
600 windows, 600 everything.
Yeah, all these small rooms will have some footage. And, okay, C, it's a parliament, right? That Latvia has, like many cities around the world, perhaps doesn't have the parliament in a major city. Australia, for example, its capital is Canberra, not either Sydney or Melbourne.
Yeah.
So perhaps this is the parliament of Latvia.
Yeah.
Or D, is it agriculture? Used for animal husbandry and teaching people how to raise cows and farm and crops and do that kind of stuff. Which do you reckon it is?
Yeah, I reckon. So just leave your comments down below. A, B, C, or D. And I'll just let you know.
Obviously it's D. We wouldn't have put it in there if it wasn't D.
Where are we?
We are at the palace in Jelgava. Apparently it's the largest architectural building in all the Baltic countries. Over 600 doors, 600 windows. It's a magnificent structure. And thinking it was a museum, we decided to invite ourselves in.
Yeah, exactly.
What is it?
It's a university. So we kind of walked in like, there's no one here. Okay. And yeah, we're wandering around like laboratory, signage.
Library, and then lots of students pouring out.
Yeah.
They're
Thankfully, I blend in, and Crispin has a bag, so.
Yeah, so we're kind of faking it here. We're all trespassing on what seems to be private Latvian property.
Okay, but it's amazing. So we're like walking in, right, and going to entry, and then we hear these students being like, all the people being like, oh, I hope I can cheat on my test. And I thought to myself, this is a museum, right? Like, why are they having such a conversation? Like, oh, maybe it's just young people going out and, doing things. And then we go in, and it's super quiet, and there's like no like ticket place. And I was like, oh, it's kind of eerie, but I guess it's open, perhaps. So we go in and walk, and then we start to see more people with like backpacks and like young people, right, who are all taller than me. And I was like, Crispin, where are we? And it's like, I think it's a university or a school. And then we come across like a school emblem, and we're like, oh, okay.
Yeah, it was amazing. Charlene is not kidding. These kids are tall. And there was someone out the front, which we like.
So she was like posing for like, okay, well, there for maybe like a good 30 minutes.
Yeah, I'm never going to complain about Charlene preening in front of the camera again. I can't believe it. This person.
She had all the angles, and she's like got her like boyfriend, whoever it was, very patient.
Yeah, and this was not like a professional photo shoot. This was like a guy holding up a phone, and the entire like trespass that we did, like wandering through the halls of the museum.
Yeah.
Which of course wasn't a museum, a university. All of that time, whenever we looked out the window, there she was. And then on the way out, just as at the front door, after being there for nearly an hour,
yeah,
like, okay, she's still out there?
Yeah, and I was like, oh no, she's not out there. But then I turn and then see her on the corner.
She's still getting selfies. So guys, just whenever she wants a photo, right, just know that there is someone out there that needs more photos taken of themselves than your partner. Oh, try to remember this moment. It will really help.
It's just amazing. I was just shocked. But I understand, right? From a girl's perspective, I understand. It's for the gram. You have the perfect picture. From a non-millennial, you're like, this is ridiculous.
Yeah, a photo in a setting like that should really just be, I was here, click.
Yeah. So basically I had to blend in, right? So thankfully I looked like 12 and he had a backpack. So we were just kind of wondering, act natural. No one would notice. Oh, what a time. But yeah, I don't know. Do you think it's appropriate for them to repurpose it as a university?
I have no problem with them as a university, but I cannot understand how it's an agricultural university. Surely you need some farms and glass houses, some things you do.
I mean, there's trees over there,
Yeah, but I just don't understand.
It didn't have that vibe. I give you.
It did not have, it looks like a museum, right? Or it looks like a palace. Yeah. And in fact, even inside, when we were kind of going places we weren't supposed to, most of what I saw were giant mirrors, right? Just there didn't seem to be all that much university equipment. There were some university paintings, which again, I don't understand what that has to do with agriculture, but yeah, it did not look like there was, farm equipment. Now, there were some labs, and I can understand, doing research on various pests or pesticides, chemicals, fertilizers. That's requires a lot of science, but other than that,
yeah, I'd assume there'd be more outdoor spaces or obvious outdoors. It is surrounded by a beautiful park, so this is why we thought, oh yeah, museum. Wow, they've really thought it through. And we got some cool drone footage of the river that goes around the palace, and they kind of still call it a palace, so that's why we still got it.
Yeah, and it's the single largest architectural structure in all of the Baltic countries. So it's a magnificent building, and it being used productively as a university. Don't have a problem with that. But perhaps if one of you guys at home goes to that university, know someone who does, tell us what it's like in the comments below. What you think? What's it like to study at this magnificent palace, and how do you reconcile that with the fact that this is an agricultural university? What are we missing here? We're probably just outsiders who shouldn't have been there, passing our little observations and judgment. But if you are from that university, let us know.
Yeah, no, I'm secretly jealous. It's magnificent. It wouldn't make me look forward to going to university. Like, my university did not look like that. Like, you definitely feel like you're in royalty as you study there. You're like, oh, like I'm going to be pushed.
What are we going to do now after this?
I think we're going to go find some food. We've got a recommendation to go across the bridge, and there's a restaurant near the river, so hopefully,
Yeah, and now that we're in a more kind of traditional regional area of Latvia, we just see like a lot of locals wearing
it's
very
really
casual
nice,
clothes.
actually. Yeah.
Very relaxed. So I'm really keen for this restaurant, see what the local food is like. I'll let you know.
So as we mentioned, we walked across the bridge to hunt for some food and went to Pilsēta Zelpa, a modern European restaurant recommended by locals. We tried a range of different things. Crispin had the soup and I had this lovely seafood pasta and some salad. It was absolutely delicious. So as you can see, I highly, highly recommend you visit Jelgava. It is so beautiful. The weather was absolutely stunning that day. And honestly, it's kind of nice to get out of like the bustling city. If you want to go see Jelgava, you can take a bus, which takes about an hour, or a train, about 40 minutes. I highly, highly recommend to go to see it. Definitely go visit the palace and, act like a student. If you want to see more content like this, please like and subscribe. Have you been to Jelgava? Am I saying Jelgava right? Please correct me down below. Until next time, see you later.